Before we begin, a few important words. This recording is intended for relaxation, personal development, and general well-being. It is not therapy, it is not medical treatment, and it is not a substitute for professional care from a licensed healthcare provider. No specific results are promised or guaranteed. Every person's experience is unique, and what you take from this session is entirely your own. If you are dealing with a medical condition, a mental health concern, or are currently receiving treatment of any kind, please continue to work with your healthcare provider. This recording is meant to complement your well-being, never to replace professional guidance. Hypnosis recordings, while effective for many people, are not a replacement for working one-on-one with a trained and highly skilled clinical hypnotherapist. If you are dealing with a specific issue and would like personalized help, I invite you to visit phobiafree.life and schedule a free consultation with a certified clinical hypnotherapist. Before we begin, this recording contains hypnosis. Please do not listen to this while driving, operating machinery, or doing anything that requires your full attention. Find a quiet, comfortable place where you can simply relax, undisturbed, for the duration of this session. If at any time you need to be fully alert, you can simply open your eyes, take a deep breath, and return to full waking awareness immediately. Find yourself in a comfortable position now. And you don't need to do anything in particular, just allow your body to settle the way it naturally wants to when given permission to simply be still. You might notice the weight of your body against whatever is supporting you right now. And isn't it interesting how you never really noticed that support before, and yet it was always there? Your eyes can remain open, or they may find their own way to close. And some people find their eyes closing almost before they expect them to. And that's perfectly fine, because your unconscious mind always knows exactly what it needs. With each breath you take, you don't even have to try to relax, because relaxation isn't something you do. It's something you allow, and your body already knows how. Perhaps you notice a gentle heaviness beginning in your shoulders, or maybe it starts somewhere else entirely. It doesn't matter where it begins, only that it spreads slowly, naturally, the way warmth spreads through your hands on a cold day, without any effort at all. And as that comfortable feeling continues to deepen, your mind may begin to drift a little, the way it does in those moments just before sleep, when thoughts become softer, less urgent, more like clouds passing than anything requiring your attention. You don't need to follow every word I say. In fact, your unconscious mind is already doing exactly what it needs to do, and your conscious mind is welcome to rest. With every breath out, just a little more comfortable, a little more settled, a little more yours. And when you're ready, we can go somewhere quite wonderful together. You know what I find interesting about thinking? You can't actually stop it by trying to stop it. Go ahead, try not to think about anything for the next 10 seconds. See? The moment you try to stop thinking, you're thinking about stopping thinking. It's like telling someone not to picture a pink elephant. The instruction itself creates the image. So we're not going to try to stop your thoughts tonight. That would be a war you can't win, and more importantly, it's a war you don't need to fight. Instead, we're going to do something much more interesting. We're going to change your relationship with your thoughts so completely that they simply lose interest in you, the same way you're going to lose interest in them. But first, a feeling. I'd like you to think of a time, any time, when your mind was genuinely quiet, not forced quiet, not meditation quiet, just naturally, effortlessly quiet. Maybe it was after something physical, a long swim, a hike, a day of working with your hands, when your body was so pleasantly used up that your mind simply had nothing left to run on. Or maybe it was a moment in nature, standing somewhere vast, a desert, an ocean, a mountain, where the scale of what you were looking at made your own thoughts seem very small and very quiet by comparison. Or maybe it's your own moment of stillness, a time when the chatter just happened to stop, and you noticed how peaceful the silence was. Find that feeling, the feeling of a quiet mind, whatever your word is for it, relief, peace, emptiness, stillness, whatever it is, it's yours, and it's real, and your body remembers it. Let that feeling come back now. Feel it settling into your body, particularly around your forehead, your temples, behind your eyes. That's where the thinking lives, and that's where the quieting begins. Let that area soften. Let it smooth out, the way a wrinkled sheet smooths out when you run your hand across it, slowly, gently, until it's perfectly flat and still. Good. Now, here's something Erickson understood about the mind that most people don't. Your thoughts aren't the problem. The problem is that you think your thoughts need an audience, that every thought that arises deserves your attention, that if a thought shows up, you're obligated to engage with it, to follow it, to respond to it. But you're not. Thoughts can arise and you can simply not attend to them. The way sounds are happening around you right now, the hum of the house, traffic in the distance, the small creaks and ticks of a building settling, and you don't engage with any of them. You hear them, and you let them go. They pass through your awareness without sticking. Your thoughts can work exactly the same way. They arise, you notice them, and you let them float past, like leaves on the surface of a very slow stream. You're not in the stream. You're sitting on the bank, watching, and each leaf, each thought, drifts past you and around the bend and is gone, and another one comes, and it too drifts past, and eventually there are fewer leaves, and the stream gets quieter, and the spaces between thoughts get longer. And you might try to hold on to one of those thoughts as it passes. You might try to grab it, to examine it, to follow it somewhere. Yet the harder you try to hold it, the more it dissolves in your hands. Because thoughts at this level aren't solid things. They're wisps, they're shadows. They're the ghosts of things you were thinking about hours ago, still echoing, but getting fainter and fainter and fainter. And that feeling you found, that beautiful quiet, amplify it now. Let it double. Let the silence inside you become twice as deep, twice as spacious. Imagine the inside of your mind as a vast, dark, quiet room, and with each thought that fades, the room gets larger, more spacious, more still, as if every thought that leaves creates more room for silence, more room for rest, more room for sleep. You know, There's a beautiful thing that happens in the desert at night. During the day, the desert is alive with heat and wind and movement. But at night, when the sun is gone and the wind has died, a silence falls that is unlike anything you've ever heard, because it's not just the absence of sound, it's the presence of silence, a vast, ancient, profound silence that has been there for millions of years, just waiting for everything else to quiet down so it can be noticed. And that silence, that desert silence, is inside you right now. It's always been there, underneath the chatter, underneath the planning, underneath the worrying. There is a place inside you that has been silent your entire life, patient, unhurried, just waiting for the noise to settle so it can be felt. And you're feeling it now. That vast, quiet space, getting bigger, getting stiller, getting deeper. And the thoughts, if any, are still coming. They're very faint now, very distant, like voices from a party that ended hours ago. Someone might still be talking, but it's so far away and so quiet that it might as well be silence. And you don't need to wait for total silence to sleep. You never did. You just need to stop being interested in the noise, and you've already done that. You stopped being interested several minutes ago. Your mind just hasn't caught up yet, but it will in a few moments, or maybe it already has. That last faint whisper of thought will fade, and what's left will be the most beautiful silence you've felt in a very long time. And in that silence, sleep is already waiting. It's been waiting this whole time, quietly, patiently, the way the desert waited for the wind to die down, the way the stream waited for the last leaf to pass. Now imagine tomorrow morning, waking up, and the first thing you notice is that you feel rested, genuinely rested. Not because your mind finally cooperated, but because you learned something tonight. You learned that your thoughts don't need an audience, that you can let them come and let them go and not attend to a single one of them, and that on the other side of that, on the other side of all that noise, there was always this silence, this peace, this rest. And it will be easier next time, and easier the time after that, because your mind is learning a new habit right now, the habit of letting go, the habit of not engaging, the habit of choosing silence over noise, rest over restlessness, sleep over thinking. And that habit is settling into your body right now, the way the desert settles into night. The way the stream settles into stillness. The way your mind settles right now into the most beautiful quiet it has known in a very long time. And you can let go now. There's nothing left to think about. Nothing at all. Just silence and sleep.